Searching a text in PDF is easy, but what if you want to search based on font size, based on font name, or based on font color, and you need to extract those string? In this video, I am going to show you how can you do this in Python. In this video, I am going to start from the basic, just search for a specific string in a specific page number, and we'll move to the advanced topic like search based on multiple criteria like font name, font size, text color, and so on. So make sure you watch the video till the end. Let's get started. In this particular video, I'm going to use this particular PDF file. So if you want to get this code and PDF file, download link in the description. So in this particular PDF file, I want to search for a specific text. Let's say if I just want to search for group, okay, this keyword. And if you use this in this particular line, you can see we have lots of matches, okay. We can find that particular group keyword. Let's say I want to search that in this 54th page. How can we do this? Let me show you this. So we want to search for group keyword, right? And for this one, I'm going to use PyMuPDF library. So you can check their documentation, import PyMuPDF. And then this is the file name. I'm just opening that particular document. Let me just run this and just run this. And now let's say I want to search for group keyword. So what I can do, I can just create a page object and I want to search in page 54, but Python is 0 based index. So I'll just use 53 and page dot search for, and then I can specify my search keyword. And if I just run this, then you can see found that particular search key and that is present on this particular rectangle. So if you go into this documentation of this particular library, then you will see search for, you can just specify the needle, that means the search text, and it can be like with the space as well. So let's say if I want to search for land and buildings, okay, that will be a little bit complex because it's in different line, land and in the top line, and then we have buildings. It's not a paragraph like, just we can search for in that particular whole section, right? Let's say if we just want to search for land and keyword, we can do this. We can just search for land and if we run this, then we can see that we have two different matches for this particular keyword, land and let's see if I specify land and buildings. So let's see. So it couldn't find that. And that is because, it's not a normal line break that we have in this particular line. But let's say I want to search for this one in this section. It's a little bit bigger. So you can see I have made in respect of the cache, right? So what if I want to search for respect of the cache? Let's see. Oh, that's different page. So this is 53. So I just need to change this to 52. And then I just need to search for respect of the cache, right? And I can find that. You can see rectangle 1, that is this one, and then rectangle 2, that is this one. So let's say if I just want to find the first rectangle, the gap. If I just want to get the text, so get text, and this is my click parameter, okay? That I want to find the text from that particular place, okay? And if I just use this, then I get cache/n, okay? So respect of the cache, so I get this one. So if you go into this section, I'll be able to find that it's showing the data in a two different rectangle, cache of the, so that is in the first line. If you look into this, let's see. So if I just on this, so respect of the, but slash cache, that is not found. So let's try this if we can find this. So respect of the n, and this is the second one, and it's showing me that cache part, okay? So if you want to search for a full text, then it may return a multiple rectangle. So you need to check that length of the rectangle, that page.search for returns, and then you can modify this one. And if you want to learn more about this page.search for, then you can go into their documentation. You can specify the needle and clip, that is the rectangle, You can specify different flags and so on, and it will return you list. Okay, so it says list of rectangle or quad object, each of which normally surrounds one occurrence of needle. However, if parts of needle occur on more than one line, so if it's happened in more than one line, then a separate item is generated for each of those parts. Okay, so if needle equals to search string, two rectangle may be generated based on the location where it is found. If it's in multiple line, then it will return multiple rectangle. Okay, but if it's found in a single line, then it will just return one particular rectangle. That's the basic search. Let me explain why this is important. This search is important because let's say I want to extract this particular table. Okay, it's not a properly defined table because I don't have grid line, I don't have border on this side, on this side, on this, all of these items. So it will not be recognized as a proper PDF table, right? So what we can do, I can just specify that my table is present on this key assumptions and this less than 0%, or let's say you can just search for this Europe module fiber. So you can extract this position, you can extract this search text position, and then you can just click in that particular area to find that particular table. So I'll show you that in my next video. So please subscribe to this channel so that you get a notification for upcoming videos. So that is the basic search. Okay, what if I want to search based on font color and font size? So let me show you how can we do this. And this is not possible using page.search for. If you look into this, you cannot specify I want to search based on the font color, I want to search based on the font name, I want to search based on the font size. That's not possible using page.search for. In that scenario, I need to go into this page.get underscore text, and you can see options, and we have multiple options like text, blocks, words, HTML, and so on. Okay, in this video I'm going to show you the dictionary option. Okay, this dictionary will return you a dictionary object like this. You can see width, height, and then we have blocks. In that blocks we have lines. In that lines we have spans. Blocks is an array of object. Lines is an array of object inside that blocks. Okay, so one block can contain multiple lines. Okay, and each line can contain a list of spans. Okay, so if you want to go more details, you can see structure of dictionary output. You can see a page consists of a list of blocks, dictionaries, and a block consists of a list of line dictionaries. A line consists of a list of span dictionaries. Okay, and a span either consists of the text itself or for the raw variant. So if you go into this one, you can see that we have dictionary option, we have raw dictionary option and raw JSON. So if we use the raw dictionary or raw JSON, then that span may contains characters dictionary. Okay, so let me just show you how can we search for, let's say in this particular PDF, little bit smaller, we do have this balance sheet, we do have a statement of change in equity. I want to extract only those text that has this particular color, this particular font name, and this particular font size. So I need to figure out what is the font name and what is the font size, what is the font color on this particular text. So how can you do this? Let's say I want to specify a specific page and I want to find the dictionary option of that particular page text. So let me just show you that one. So you can see I have page doc 29, that is page number 30. So if I go into page 30, then we'll see we have board of directors and executive board, right? So what I'm doing, I'm just getting the text. Okay, so page.get text dictionary option, and I want to ignore all the images. Okay, so that's why it says not images, right? And sort true, that means it will sort based on the reading order. Okay, so what it will do, it will just find this content, highlights, business, governance, financial statement, and so on. And I want to extract them in the reading order. So basically, if you go through, like, if you read this, then you will see this first, and then you'll see this one, and then you'll see this one, right? What I need to do, I just need to run this code, and then it will show me that this is the blocks. Each block can contains lines, and each line can contains text. You can say list of span. Okay, it will show you that what are the text of that particular span. Okay, so you can say dictionary, flags, And if I go into the lines, then span, and this is the text of that particular span. So this one, content, highlights, business, and so on, right? And then we need to find that board of directors text. So let's see, financial statement, and then we have board of directors. So you can see board of directors and executive board. So that's how we get the probable text. So this is kind of like we are trying to figure out what is the font name, what is the font color, what is the font size. Okay. And that's why we are just doing like, page dot get text dictionary option, and then you just filter out the image part. So we get only the text part, and then I'm sorting based on the reading order. Once we get this text, you will find that we have a font property, that is this font property, that's the font name. Then we have size property, that is the font size, okay, that is 27. And if you look into the color property, that is the font color, and you can see that is this number. So what you can do now, I can extract those things, and that is this constant. You can see search color, that is this particular color that we have in this section. You can see color, that is this same color. This is the same font, and this is the same font. So I have extracted that based on some experimentation. Okay. Now what I want to do, I want to look through each page of this particular PDF, and then I want to extract all the blocks. You can see I am looping through each page of this particular document and extracting the blocks, and you can see it's the same particular line of code. You can see page dot get text dictionary flags and sort order. Okay. And then I'm extracting the blocks, and then I'm looping through each block and each line of that particular block and each span of that particular line. And then I'm just checking that if that particular span size is the same as I'm looking for, that is 27, and font name is same as this search font name. And if you want to specify the search color, then that is this one. So if you want to consider multiple criteria, then you can do this. Maybe you have a war condition, maybe you have a one or two condition, then you can do that as well. And then I'm just matching that, and then once we get that, I'm just printing it. So if I just run this particular code, then you can see in page number 2 we have content. Okay. So if I just go into this page 2, 4, and 5, so if you look into this page 2, then we have that particular text, and it's the same font, same color, and same size as it is in the 4th page. Okay. And you can see it has key figures and financial ratio for the group. And if you look into this, it says key figures and financial ratios for the group. This is how we can extract based on the font name, font size, color. Maybe you want if it's a bold or not. But normally in PDF, it doesn't say if it's bold or not. It's just the font size is different. Okay. So you need to look into that in details. Let me explain why this is important and where we can use this particular thing, right? So let's say I want to create a table of content for this particular PDF file, and I don't have any table of content for this particular PDF file, right? So what I can do, I can just search for this, and I just look into this particular PDF, and I can see it seems that we do have those main groups in this particular format, in this particular font size, in this particular font name, in this particular font color. So what I did, I just looked through these particular pages, and then I just extracted those table of content. Okay. And then maybe I can add another table of content out of this particular thing. Okay. So it's versatile. You can search based on anything you want. You can filter out the text by anything you want. You can check multiple properties, like if it's a specific font color, if the text is from left to right or right to left, like in Arabic, normally the text flow from right to left. So you can do that as well. You need to look into this writing mode. You can see the direction, if it's like horizontal or if it's a vertical text. So the opportunity is enormous. You can just check this, and then you can just try to use this to navigate those particular search texts that actually valid for your cases. Maybe you want to search for a specific text in the paragraph and you want to create a hyperlink, then you can do that as well. So that's it for this video. If you find this video helpful, please consider subscribing, and in next video I'm going to talk about how to extract data from borderless table. Thank you. Have a good day.